Okay, let's talk now at a very special case where if you have a building where you have many different stories that are all evenly spaced, you'd actually like to create a stairway that goes between all the different levels. And Revit offers a very powerful tool for doing this, making it actually quite easy to create these multi-level stairs. So to do that, what we're going to start with is just basically creating the first stairway. So you can see I have a couple of different examples here. Let me zoom on in. I have a little switchback stairway. I also have a little kind of rounded stairway. And either of these can be used for going through and kind of creating that pattern. And what you're going to start by doing is just basically after you've created that stair and it's in the right place. Actually, this one looks like it's a little bit off. So let me go up to level 2. And maybe I'll just align, align the end of that stair, just so it fits a little bit better. Because we might as well get that right before we copy it up. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Okay, now we're going to basically select the stair that we'd like to extend. Let me maybe start with this one over here. Let's see if I can get the stair itself, not the railing, the stair. Got it. Got the stair. Then we can open the Select Levels tool. So when the stair is there and we have the Modified Stairs contextual tab up there, we can say, let us select some levels. Now, to select the levels, we'll have to go to one of the elevations. So maybe go down to the south elevation. I always go to the south elevation for some reason. Okay, you can see that 2 of the elevations are already grayed out. That's because that's where the stair is already connected. If I'd like to add some additional levels, I'll click the Connect Levels tool in the ribbon, little green plus, and I can now choose the additional levels that I'd like that attached to. Let's see if that's actually working. Do I have to control click? Let me try that. There we go. Get all the different levels connected. Okay, that would go all the way up to that very top level. Maybe I'll remove that top level. I don't want to actually kind of poke up out the roof. Okay, when I'm all done, I hit finish, and you'll see that stairway automatically gets routed on up there. So incredibly handy tool. So if you have regularly spaced stairs, and that's the big issue, you have to have regularly spaced levels, excuse me, and then you can go through and kind of extend them up that way. The same thing would actually work for this very elaborate little curved stairway that we have going on here too. So again, if I choose that, and I say that I want multi-story, select the levels, I can go and choose some levels. So again, connecting the levels, I'll add that in. I'll control click to get the other ones. And then I can connect it on up there. Super. Now you may be saying, what's so special about that? I could have just copied and paste aligned to go through and make that happen. But a very nice thing about this is that these grouped stairs actually have the ability to, well, if you change any one instance, it'll change all of the ones in that group. So for example, let's try this. Let me come into this stairway and I'm just going to see if I can grab that railing. There, we got that railing on the outside. And let's say I want to change that railing to be the pipe rail instead. You see, that doesn't seem to work. That surprises me. So let's go ahead and try that. Oh, I have to get the entire group. Well, that's a little bit better. Let's go over here and change that. Let's change it to the pipe rail. Got it there. I think I actually had something where I kind of made it a specific instance. Let me go ahead and reset the railing. Okay, now it's back to the default type. Let's try that again, just to sort of, well, show you that I make mistakes too, but we can go through and fix them pretty easily. Let's try this again. What I'm going to try and do is get all of those rails. Okay, and then I can go through and change them. That's a little bit better. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So it's really nice that as a grouping, if you go through and select the entire group and change something. Let's try making that glass rail. That was pretty dramatic looking. And maybe the glass rail out here, this big old thing's gonna hang out over my atrium. As an example, come back over here, see if I can get that outer railing. There we go. That'll also work if you go through and change the shape or the layout of the stairs. So if you change it for one of them, since it's a group, it'll apply to all the different levels, and that's really very powerful. Now, if you do have an odd condition and you have uneven floor levels, you'll have to go through and connect the floor levels where it does make sense. Maybe you do a separate stair to connect the levels where it doesn't make sense, where you have an uneven spacing. So go ahead and think about if that's going to apply to you. If you do go ahead and disconnect and change things, you might need to go back and adjust and adapt the stairs a little bit because you're trying to evenly connect all the different levels and it may no longer sort of be an even spacing. Let me show you what I mean as opposed to just kind of rambling through that. If, for example, let's go to the east elevation. That might show it a little bit better. Doesn't look like it's showing it far enough. Let's go to the west elevation. My building's just too big. Let's try this in terms of, go back to the floor plan. Let's go through and it says it's not clipping. Oh, I know why. It's because it's in the middle of the building. Well, that's not very useful. Okay, let's do this. Got to bring that in the middle. Now it's acting more like a section. Okay. So here I have my stairway. Actually, I got two of them in there. You can sort of see the other one back over there too. Maybe for this one, I'll go ahead and turn on the far clip. That way I can adjust it so I'm only seeing the part that I want to. And here we are. Basically, if you disconnect from a level, for example, let's go ahead and grab my stair here, my multi-story stair, and say I want to disconnect. If I disconnect a level, for example, I disconnect that level, watch what happens. Okay, so we have a little skip right there because we're connected to the level down here. We're connecting the level up here. This is a special instance now. I'm not connecting to that level, so it made the stair a little bit odd. And you might need to go back and adjust that and kind of make a special stairway since you're skipping past that level. So again, use that judiciously, but take advantage of this multi-story stairs tool because whenever you have a stair that spans many different floors, you might as well take advantage of that regularity and let Revit do the work for you.